Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday. So, I didn't wanted to cover this story and because I didn't find it very interesting, to be honest with you, or appealing to me. But then I just keep hearing all these feeds about Shannon Sharpe, a former NFL player and also a podcaster, and I'm like, let me look into this and also give my thoughts about this civil lawsuit that he is being sued for $50 million. Um, a girlfriend of his of 2 years is suing him because he allegedly raped her. And I just want to give my thoughts and opinion about it. So I'm just going to start right now. So here we go. Welcome back, everyone, to That's It. So, you guys, this has been all over social media, all over everywhere, and everyone is talking about it and giving their perspective and their opinion about Shannon Sharpe and his civil lawsuit of $50 million. I read the lawsuit in entirety, and I don't know what to say. It's very graphic and a lot of details, but something was very off in the lawsuit, and it didn't make sense to me. Something didn't seem right with me. And my thing is, I don't understand the former football player Shannon Sharpe met this girl. He was 55 at the time. The girl was 19, and her name is Gabriellla Zuma. Okay, we're not going. Well, they put it on the lawsuit Jane Doe, but Shannon outed her name in a statement that his attorney released the text messages between the both of them. Oh no, excuse me, the text messages that she sent to him, but we don't have any text messages of him sending to her. So this is and I'm going to read to you the text messages. And then anyone who don't know who Shannon Sharpe is, like I said, former NFL player, podcaster. Um, he's a father of three children. He's a granddad. Never been married. Have two baby mamas. And he's going through this big scandal, and a lot of people are on his side, a lot of people are on the woman's side. People are not don't know what is true and what is not because the whole Me Too movement. But with him, he how some men when they are being accused of rape or sexual assault, they wait until they have their day in court. But with Shannon Sharpe, he is not doing that. He is bringing out receipts, and he's not hiding behind his lawyer, and he is stating the fact that he didn't do anything wrong and this was not rape. So a lot of men are coming forward, especially with the whole situation with Justin Bidoni and Blake Lively, how she accused him of sexually assault during the film of It Ends With Us. And his lawyer Brian Freeman was coming out with receipts, and men are not going to bow down and just have women um, saying falsely things about them that it's not even true. But my thing is too, what a 55-year-old is talking to a 19-year-old. Like, to me, that makes no sense. To me, even though it's not against the law, um, he's grown. She's an adult, but still, that seems very creepy to me. Very just ugh. A 55-year-old trying to hook up with a 19-year-old. That's like me, 19, trying to hook up with my dad's friend, 55. It just seems gross and disgusting. And again, it's not against the law, you guys. You can date whoever you want, but to me, it just feels very yucky. But anyway, so I'm not going to say Jane Doe. I'm going to say Gabriellla Zuma, and that's the woman. She's probably 20 or 22 right now, and she's suing Shannon Sharpe for rape. Now, I read the report and the silver suit, excuse me, and it says that they're both in the lawsuit. It says consensual sexual relations. So basically, it was very consensual for the 2 years that they were dating. However, he assaulted her for during those 2 years, and some of the stuff just doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm going to read to you some of the paragraphs. I'm not going to read the entirety to you guys, but you can definitely look it up on the internet and pull up for yourself. So the deplainant, which is Gabrielle, a young woman in her early 20s, in 2023, the deplainant was working out of a gym in Los Angeles, California, when Sharpe approached her for the first time. And at the time, like I said, she was 19. Then, then he wanted her to sign a DNA, not DNA, excuse me, NDA, so a non-disclosure agreement. But she refused. She's like, "Why am I signing this? I should not be signing this." He kept pressing her on it, and after that, he gave up and he didn't have her sign it. Um, and that's smart on her part, you know what I mean? Because if she would have signed the NDA, then she couldn't say anything or accuse him of anything. But she didn't sign it. But she said in the beginning it was a rocky consensual relationship that lasted nearly 2 years. Okay? Now, I'm going to pull up the text message of what she sent him. And the first text message was sent on October 7th of 2023. And it's very graphic. I'm not going to read to you the whole entirety of the text message because it's just very disgusting and filthy. I'm just going to give you a general idea what the text message was exchanged, what she was texting him. I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you beat me. Okay, and again, this was Gabriellla Zuniga text message to Shannon Sharpe on October 7th of 2023. Then the next message was January 1st of this year. I know you missed this big juicy A, 25K for each cheeks. And I'm like, that's a lot of money. That's a whole lot of cheeks for 25Ks, you know, for the left and for the right. Then Shannon Sharpe attorney said, this lawsuit filed by Gabriellla Zuniga and orchestrated by her attorney, which I forgot to mention, the attorney that's representing her is Tony Busby. Now, anyone don't know who Tony Busby is? He's the one who was trying to do a lawsuit against Jay-Z, but that lawsuit was dropped because, you know, he was accusing Jay-Z of messing around with a 13-year-old girl at the time, and that fell apart because it didn't make any sense because a 13-year-old was very consistent with her story, and also he's helping with Sean Diddy Combs' accusers as well. So Tony Busby is representing Gabrielle. Continue on. Tony Busby is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, disorders, and misrepresentation, and it will not succeed. Now, I'm not going to continue on with this text messages because it's just very filthy and disgusting. But I just want to say that she was trying to trap him for her to get pregnant because she wanted his big gravy, you know what. And so after reading this, I don't believe her. I just feel like she was just trying to get money out of Shannon Sharpe. I think, and she's apparently someone told me that she's on that what's that called? I'm just throwing a blank here. OnlyFans, okay, 19 OnlyFans. No judgment. Hey, people have to make money and they have to do what they have to do to survive. And I'm not passing judgment, but how he did not know that she was an OnlyFans person. But anyway, now why am I saying, Cheryl? Why are you saying you're not believing her and you believing him? Women lie all the time. Let me pull this down. I'm so sorry. Women lie all the time. So do men too. So I'm not going to go by based on what she said in this civil lawsuit. And I'm not going to go by with Shannon Sharpe either, because at the end of the day, I don't feel bad for Shannon Sharpe. I don't feel bad for this woman either. Okay? He had no business messing around with a 19-year-old. Okay? A 19-year-old who's young, her brain is not fully developed, not very mature, and I just don't understand why he would want to even mess around with a 19-year-old, why he couldn't mess around with a woman his age, a little bit older. Like 19 is very young, in my opinion. It's like it could be his daughter. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know. I just feel like, he knew what he was getting himself into. He knew and he was warned, which I'm going to show you a video of Monique warn him about, telling him, not to mess around with young girls because it's just going to bite you in the butt. Now, before I share that with you guys, I wanted to say the reason why I did not believe her because her civil suit doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, on October 24th, Shannon Sharpe violently sexually assaulted and beat her and the plaintiff two different times in Las Vegas. And her request for him to stop. But the thing is, October 24th, that was the first assault, right? You would think if you've been brutally raped and assaulted by a man, why would you go back? Why would you go back? You will call the police. You go to the hospital, file a rape kit, so you have some type of documentation and record that you were assaulted, because the hospital keeps records on file. Go to the police, file a police report. They keep records on file too, unless you have a corrupt cop that destroys the police report. But anyway, so her first assault was October 24th. Then it happened again on January of this year. Now, my question to you guys, why would you go back? Why would you go back? It's like going back to the scene of the crime. Why would you go back to be assaulted again? So that tells me, and I'm not a lawyer, okay? She's lying, okay? It doesn't take a rocket science. I can read. I'm street smart. This is just blatantly common sense. If I was brutally raped by someone, do you think I'm going to go back to my rapist for him to rape me again? Hell to the no. I'm going to call the police and get you arrested. Get you arrested and take you to prison. You think I'm going to go back to the perpetrator? Does that make sense, you guys? Why would you go back? Why did she go back on January of this year? That don't make any sense. To me, you trying to get money. You trying to get money because maybe something happened that you didn't like. Oh, I can tell you, maybe that incident that happened last year when you probably all heard about this, that he had some sexual relation with someone and it accidentally was on Instagram, and this was the headlines of it, that people were hearing him and he was not aware that it was live streaming, and maybe she saw that and got really upset because she thought that she was exclusive with him, but he was messing around with other women on the side, and she didn't like that very much. So I don't know. Maybe, just maybe, she just didn't like it, and then she's trying to use this as a money scam. Because why would you go back to someone who raped you? It doesn't make any sense to me, and it doesn't take a rocket science. It's really common sense, you guys. That this, I believe, that she was not raped. I believe she's just trying to get money out of Shannon, and it's very sad because you have real victims out there who were really raped, who were really assaulted by someone, and now the police officers or whatever are not going to take them seriously because you have women like her lie to seek revenge out of this guy. Now, I'm not saying that Shannon Sharpe is perfect. He's innocent here. No, I'm not saying that. Both were wrong, to be honest with you. He had no business dealing with a 19-year-old. He should have known better. And she had no business, going to his house and trying to have like some type of relationship with this grown man. And making accusations about him that's not even true. Because just reading this, why would you go back to the assault? Why would you continue a sexual relation with this man who assaulted you? Did he held a gun in your head? Did he threaten you and your family? What is it? Because clearly it's not in the civil suit. It's not. So why would you go back? That's $1 million question. Why? And also, what kind of relationship did they have for you to go back? I want a dog collar around my neck. That seemed very kinky and S&M kind of thing. They were into all that stuff, all that choking and stuff like that. And I'm going to let you listen to the audio. And when I listen to the audio, and people were probably thinking, damn, he probably hurt her. What she said is really true. He probably assaulted her because what he said, that I'm going to choke the living beep out of you. But that could have been taken out of context because Just like I read to you this text message that she sent to him. She even said, and I'm going to repeat it to you again. I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you beat me. Okay? And then when you listen to the audio recording, then it makes sense now. They were into some freaky, kinky stuff. And it was both consensual. He probably wanted he probably wanted someone that was young that was into all that freaky stuff. Most women are not. Most are. It all depends on the person. But maybe she was into that stuff. Maybe she was good. Maybe she was down with all that stuff. Clearly, you should read the full text message. It's just explicit. It's just into that S&M stuff. Okay, that domination stuff. Okay, it's just crazy. But I'm going to let you listen to the recording, and I'm going to let you viewers make your own judgment and your own conclusion. So here we go. Oops, not this one, not yet.
Okay. I don't know, anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. It is what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you.
Well, I don't.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
Okay. See? Kinky stuff. He said, yes, you do. Okay. Obviously, if you would have listened to that first without reading the civil lawsuit and text message, you would think, anyone would think, oh my gosh, he was really abusing her and he really sexually assaulted her. But then when you read the text messages, everything, it comes together, you guys, okay? They were really into that kinky stuff, that kinky, freaky stuff, that S&M, that domination stuff, okay? So, do I believe her? No, I do not, because she's all into that stuff. So, I don't believe that. I think she was just trying to get back at him because what he has done, and she just trying to, it's just a money grab. It's just a money grab, trying to get extortion out of him to get money. $50 million, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. Okay? And, you know, I give Shannon credit. He was not hiding. He was not hiding behind the scene. He came right forward and said, listen, I have the receipts. This is a text message that she sent me. She's not Jane Doe. This is Gabrielle. He called her Gabby. He exposed her. So she is no longer Jane Doe. Even though it says it on the lawsuit, she's not Jane Doe. So to me, he has nothing to hide. But again, he's still wrong at the same time because people have been warning him not to mess around with young girls. You would think you will learn. You would think he will learn. But no, he don't learn. And look what happened. It's catching up to him now because now this woman is trying to sue him. $50 million for rape. Rape that never happened properly. But again, if he would have just listened to Monique and not deal with this young girls who's 19, 20, who's not even fully developed yet in their brain and their mind, none of this would happen. If he would have kept his pee-pee in his pants, and none of this would happen at all. But I'm going to let you listen to what Monique was trying to warn Shannon Sharpe. And hopefully, if this doesn't go to trial and then they find out the truth, which I believe they will because this is just flat out lies, that he will learn his lesson not to mess around with young women, okay? And date someone that's half his age instead of like younger. Okay, there we go. There we go, okay. Whoops, I'm sorry, you guys. There we go. What I mean? Okay. Right.
You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I don't. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get your old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches, and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. When they want you to go for the fourth round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, I need you want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that fourth round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared. Yes, I'm talking.
Okay. He was warned, okay? He'd been warned. Leave these young girls alone. Date women your own age. You were 55 at the time. 19-year-old. It's just disgusting. It's just gross. It's just gross. Like, why would you date someone young that could be your daughter? For goodness sake. Okay? It doesn't make any sense. Okay? Any sense. And he did a public statement proclaiming his innocence. I believe he's innocent. I believe, these were two adults, had a sexual relation, and everything, in my opinion, this is my opinion and my thoughts and my feelings, that it was both consensual. There was no rape involved. I'm just going to give you my opinion, even though she's saying it's allegedly. And most people are going to take her side, even though I don't really listen to Shannon Sharpe. I just know that he's a former NFL. He's a podcaster. I listened to one of his episodes actually with Cat Williams, because that was an interesting interview that he did when he was talking about Sean Diddy Combs and everything. Other than that, I really don't listen to his podcast at all. But with that being said, I just hope when the truth come out that he will learn a valuable lesson not to mess with young girls, okay? Because it's just ridiculous. He's like, what, 56 right now? 56 now? And then this happened? It's just gross. But I'm going to let you listen to his statement that he gave, and I want to know what you think about it. Do you believe him, or do you believe her? And was he in the wrong? Well, both of them in the wrong, to be honest with you. Well, both of them in the wrong, because I already gave you my perspective. Both was wrong. He had no business messing around with a 19-year-old. She had no business even dealing with him and making all these lies about a rape that probably never happened. Just trying to humiliate him, trying to get some money out of him, and have Tony Busby, like a money grab, like he tried to do with Jay-Z. And now he's trying to do it with Shannon Sharpe. So let me let you listen to his statement that he made.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself, because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all of you guys.
That's it. You know what? I have to give him kudos for that. That's it. Listen, I may not agree of the relationship that he has with Gabrielle, but you know what? He's right in front of it. He's not hiding behind his lawyers. He's not hiding behind the cameras. He just said that, you know what? Release the video. If there is a sex video, and then according to her civil lawsuit that there is a sex tape, don't edit anything. He said, bring it, release it. That means he has nothing to hide. Like, he is claiming his innocence. Okay, and I know that it's innocent until proven guilty, but he's not hiding anything. And if there is a tape out there, bring it to the forefront. Bring it to the forefront without editing. Okay? If there is, show it, bring it to the light. Bring it to the light, no editing, no anything. If that is true. If there is a sex tape out there. If she has it, I don't know. If he has one, I don't know. But it seemed like, Shannon Sharpe is not going down without a fight. He's going to fight this. He's been presenting receipts left and right. So I don't know who to believe, but I definitely don't believe her, because her saying that she was raped in October 2024 and then she came back again in January of this year, don't sit right with me. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure that out. And again, I'm not a lawyer. I can read. I'm street smart, and I have common sense. And this is a lie. That's just my opinion about it. People may disagree with me, and that's okay. We can agree to disagree. This is my thoughts and my opinion about this civil lawsuit. And this is just a shakedown. This is a shakedown trying to get money and extort this man, because she probably had nothing better to do. And it's very sad and insulting to take away from real victims that's going through this. Real victims that's going through this. And this is why some people don't believe these women, because they lie just to make money. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Don't she make money in OnlyFans? Like $50 million? That's a lot of money. And then you're asking for $25K per cheek? That's a lot of cheeks for $25K. Man, girl, bye. I'm sorry. I don't believe her, okay? All this stuff, and listen, she needs prayer. She needs Jesus, and I'm definitely going to pray for her, because all this is a bunch of BS. Bunch of BS, you guys. But let me know if I went too far, if I'm being very insensitive because I'm not taking her side. Because just like with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, Blake Lively and Jessica Bidoni with their lawsuit, women lie. Just like men lie too, okay? I'm not trying to take men's side or women's side. Both men and women, they both lie. And I like to go by facts and evidence. I'm not going to go by what he said or she said. Present me the evidence. Present me the facts. And by me reading the facts in this civil lawsuit, this girl is lying. She clearly was not assaulted or raped, but she claimed she was allegedly. Okay, I don't believe her. I don't think it's going to go well. If I was Tony Busby, I would just drop this lawsuit. Tell your plaintiff, listen, this is not going to go anywhere. It's not, because there's too many receipts coming out, too many proof, and more auto recording and text messages. It's just too much. But you know what I would love to see before I go, you guys? I really want to see his text messages. Present your text messages too. If you have nothing to hide, like you've been doing, you've been coming on the coming forward, and claiming your innocence and presenting text messages and everything. We would like to see your text messages too, what you've been saying to her, the communication and everything. I would love to see those. But let me know your thoughts about this video and the whole civil suit with Shannon Sharpe and his, I'm not going to say Jane Doe, Gabriellla Zuniga. Let me know your thoughts about this. And who do you believe? Who do you believe? And whose side are you on? I'm not in anyone's side. I'm about right and wrong, wrong for right. And this whole thing is just a bunch of wrong at all. You can't just sue someone because you feel like it, because you want to, because you want to get messy, because you don't like the person, how the person treats you. Listen, you knew what you were getting yourself into, little girl. Okay? You knew what you were getting yourself into when you were dealing with this man. You were into all that kink, all that S&M and all that stuff. I don't know what went down that for you to go sue him for $50 million. I was not in the room. I was not there. I was not present. But something happened for you to make this elaborate lie saying that you were raped. Okay? So I don't know. I don't know. And I hope this is a viable lesson for Shannon Sharpe. I really do. And if it's not, then God help him. God help his soul if he hasn't learned his lesson from this. I just don't understand why men mess around with young girls. I don't understand why. Why? What is so appealing for them to mess around with young teenage girls? I don't understand why they can't date women their own age. Why? I just don't get it at all. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, me, at the age of 19, I can't see myself dating a 55-year-old. I just couldn't. I had a different mindset. 55 and I'm 19. What the hell do we have in common? What the hell do we have in common? 19, 55? You're grown. I'm still learning things myself and developing and stuff like that. Like, what do you have in common with a 55-year-old man? Tell me, you guys. What do you, I don't know. But, hey, what do I know? I just report the news. I just give my perspective and my thoughts about this. That's all I know. I don't know anything. I just I just speak my truth. But again, let me know your thoughts and your comments. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and let people know about That's It. I love you guys. I thank you so much for your love and your support and your comments. And take care, and God bless.